Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So this video, hopefully many of you can actually relate to. As you can see behind me, the E60 is looking around the same height as me. And you guys are probably questioning why that is. So I ain't gonna give you a long-winded intro. Let's just get into the video so I can explain what is actually happening.
Goddamn, get it done, will ya? Woo. When the blow up now, everybody's so unusual with it. Shit. But said times in his rhymes, cause his memories. We running through New York, so you know.
Okay guys, so if you can see here, something different has happened to the BMW E60. If you can see, it's a lot higher off the ground. Now, for the first time in over a year, I've been able to finally use these quick jacks, and they've actually worked better than I actually expected. If you can see, the car's at full height on the last catch, so it's actually locked in position and it's holding the E60 up. We've disconnected all the hoses, so from the actual compressor itself, so it can't go any higher, and I can leave it like this for as long as I really want. You can see here, I've got all the wheels off. We're going to be taking all the wheel arch liners off. I'm going to be doing all the control arms on this car because it needs doing. And many of you will say to me, I'm stupid for doing this, but I'm also going to overhaul all the brake pads. Now you can probably see there's a lot of life left. And the discs, if I'm honest, ain't that bad. Bearing in mind I only replaced them 2 years ago and I haven't really done enough mileage, especially start-stop, to worry about changing them. But I'm still going to be changing them anyway because it's just going to make my life easier. We've also got all these headlights to take out. We're going to be taking off all the headlights of the E60. So we've got them too because we're going to be LCI in it. And you'll see here on this side, got the other quick jack that's up on that side, and the car is very, very high. You also notice here the damage from the storm, which was caused by roof tiles falling off my roof and hitting it. I got very lucky, it's only done minor damage to the car door itself, and this is the rear driver's door. Could have been worse, so we need to address that as well. So the door card's gonna have to come off so I can fix this, and hopefully these marks will come out. I'm not too sure, but they feel very, very deep, the scratches, so I might need to get that retouched up again. As we come round the back, you'll notice, obviously, these lights have to come off as well for the LCI change. But the main reason I've done this video is because you'll see is that I've got the cars on the quick jacks, which I didn't expect I would be able to put them on here, but I have finally. And there's been a bit of a problem because I've never used these quick jacks before. I didn't know how high this would actually lift the car. Now, to be fair, I'm very, very happy with how much height these quick jacks actually give. But you're probably asking what the issue is then. Well, the issue is that since I've actually used these, and I'm very, very happy with how high the car actually goes, which is very high, especially for me, which is about here, so you can reach in the engine bay, but it's perfectly off the floor, so you can work comfortably. And there's also enough room to get underneath if you need to do anything and be able to service your transmission or do anything you need to underneath. My builders have had a bit of a hissy fit, and I'll explain why. As many of you guys know, I was meant to be having a car lift. Therefore, my shop, which is next to me, which I look like a timber yard now with the amount of timber here, was meant to go 13 foot tall on the walls. But now I've actually changed the plans again. So my builders, bearing in mind they're not from local and they've been staying in a hotel while they've actually been constructing it, have got in a hissy fit and left the job because they said I'm too indecisive, because they were building for 2 car lifts, and now I've changed my mind, and now I've focused on that I only want to use the quick jacks. Now many of you are saying, am I stupid? Why wouldn't I prefer car lifts? But to be fair with you, to remove engines and do engine rebuilds, I don't actually have to have a car lift, because bearing in mind the way BMW engines sit, you could take the bumper off, get your hoist and pull the engine and the gearbox all out together. Therefore, many of you are going to say, but what if you wanted to drop the gearbox? This ain't going to be high enough to be able to take it down and to get a gearbox jack underneath. But that's where, as I said to you, pulling the engine and the gearbox out together comes in, and you're disconnecting the gearbox while the engine's completely out the car. Therefore, I've come to the conclusion that I'm not going to be needing a car lift. And that's purely because I'm very happy with the height that these quick jacks actually go. And I don't really do anything that I'm really going to need a car lift for, unless I'm going to be needing to remove the actual body off the chassis of the car, which I'm not going to be needing to do. But this is practical enough for me. This is enough height. You can probably see how high off the floor it is. For what I need and for what we do, I don't think I need any more than this. If I wanted to drop the diff, I could easily do that with the quick jacks. If I want to pull the engine out, I can do that with the bumper off, and I could probably do that, you know, on the floor. I don't actually need the car in the air to pull the engine out of, especially on this car. So therefore, what do I actually need a car lift for? Many of you are going to say it makes your life easier. It does, but then you've got to factor in stretching your arms in the air. Does it really make your arms easier than getting underneath of a creeper, laying comfortably and being able to work comfortably with your arms at a normal height, then having to stretch your arms out to work on a car? I don't know. I'm very indecisive, and my builders are throwing a hissy fit because I keep changing the plans. And this is why I keep changing the plans, because every time I want something, I end up doing something completely different. And the reason the plans have changed is because I've never used these quick jacks. And when you see it on videos, it doesn't look that high, and it's probably not going to look that high to you, but believe me, it's very, very high and enough space underneath and very comfortable to work on your car without the need of a car lift. Like, if I just pull it there, you could probably see there's a lot of space under there. You can get a creeper, lay comfortable and be able to work comfortably underneath your car. Therefore, I don't feel the need to need a car lift. And I want you guys to actually help me out. Do you think I'm making the right decision here by not getting car lifts? Because not only is a car lift going to be very restricted in my shop, bearing in mind it's fitted to the ground so you can't move it, they're locked in one position, and if you want to move cars around or put a car a certain way, you can't, because the car lift is in the way, and you've always got to bear that in mind. Where with these, when you're finished with them, you lower them and hook them back up on the wall and they're out of your way. But they also give you enough height to be able to work on your car easily, safely, and everything's doable. You can remove all four wheels and just get on with what you need to do. So I'm caught in a dilemma, and I've caused my builders kind of a big problem, because like I say, things keep changing and nobody's happy with me. And it's what I did say to you, the builders are getting very, very angry with me, keep changing my mind. But this is why, and this is partially why, because like I said, I've never used these before. It is what it is, and I'm very happy with the way the quick jacks, you know, work. You can see here, the bonnet is actually touching nearly the roof, where the bonnet's open, and it's just clearable. You can see here from the height up here, it's just managing to clear it as it would be actually touching the roof. If it was on an X5, it would definitely be lifting up the roof on this, but it's cleared it properly. And yeah, I'm very, very happy with how they've come out, and I just want your guys' thoughts on it. Do you think we should still do the car lift, or do you think a car lift these days is like not needed anymore when you've got quick jacks where you can do everything much easier and they're much more portable and they're never in your way if you don't want them to be, and you've got your whole garage floor space whenever you need it? But do let me know, guys. So as you can see right here, as I said to you, the E60 is up on the quick jacks, and I would really, really appreciate your guys' input on this, if I should buy my car lift still. As I said to you, my builders have thrown a hissy fit purely for the fact that they were building for car lifts, which obviously meant more money for them because the building was going to be bigger. But now, because I'm happy with my quick jacks, they can't build that height and they can build actually smaller, which then means less of a job, which down means less money. But I'm just trying to figure out here what I'm meant to do. I mean, the quick jacks for me seem perfect. I don't really need anything else. But there will be others out there that will say a car lift is more suited. But as quick jack becomes more and more popular, especially in the US and especially for people who are working on their driveways, I think this is the way to go in the future, because not everybody has room for a car lift. Secondly, not everybody has the space to build a shop I'm building to be able to have a car lift. And thirdly, if they're developing car lifts like this, soon they'll develop ones that can go even higher, which then means you won't have no need for an actual car lift, because you've got the scissor lifts as well that can actually go higher than this, which you can pull out the way and stand up. Therefore, why do you need a car lift? You actually don't. But let me know your thoughts, guys. And as I said, this was just a really quick video explaining my reasons now of why I've changed my mind after actually seeing these in full operation, because I'm being honest with you, this is the first time I've actually been able to actually use them and see them at full height. So thank you very much for watching, guys. It's BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.